Now then, is your garden soil too acidic or too alkaline? You see, the real secret to thriving plants lies in mastering your soil's pH. And today, we're revealing the best amendments to do just that. Welcome to Don't Do This Guide, your go-to channel for smart and sustainable gardening tips. If you're passionate about growing healthy plants and want to avoid common pitfalls, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss an update. Right, let's talk about soil pH. Now you might be thinking, what's all the fuss about a number on a scale? Well, let me tell you, that number is crucial. It's the difference between a vibrant, productive garden and one that struggles to thrive. You see, soil pH is a measure of its acidity or alkalinity, and it directly affects how well your plants can access the nutrients they need. Think of it like this. Even if your soil is chock full of nutrients, if the pH is off, your plants won't be able to absorb them properly. It's like having a pantry full of delicious food, but not being able to open the jars. When the pH is balanced, nutrients are readily available, and your plants can truly flourish. They'll develop strong root systems, resist diseases more effectively, and reward you with abundant blooms and bountiful harvests. On the other hand, if the pH is too acidic or too alkaline, it can lock up essential nutrients, making them inaccessible to your plants. This can lead to stunted growth, yellowing leaves, and an overall decline in the health of your garden. Now, before we dive into amendments, we need to know what we're dealing with. Testing your soil's pH is a simple process, and you have a couple of options. You can find DIY pH testing kits at most garden centers. These kits are easy to use and provide a good indication of your soil's pH level. You simply take a small soil sample, mix it with water, and dip the testing strip into the solution. The color change on the strip will correspond to a pH value on the kit's chart. If you're after more detailed analysis, consider sending a soil sample to a professional testing laboratory. They can provide you with a comprehensive report that includes the pH level, nutrient content, and other important soil characteristics. This is particularly helpful if you're facing persistent gardening challenges or want a more in-depth understanding of your soil. All right, let's say you've tested your soil and found it to be too acidic. Don't worry, we've got you covered. One of the most common and effective amendments for raising soil pH is lime. Lime, particularly agricultural lime, is a readily available material that works wonders in neutralizing soil acidity. It's like adding a dose of antacid to your garden. When lime is incorporated into the soil, it slowly releases calcium and magnesium, which gradually raise the pH over time. Another fantastic option is wood ash. Now, before you go chucking all your bonfire remnants onto your vegetable patch, remember that moderation is key. Wood ash is alkaline and contains potassium, calcium, and other trace elements beneficial for plant growth. However, too much wood ash can make the soil excessively alkaline, so use it sparingly, especially around acid-loving plants. And of course, we can't forget about our old friend, organic compost. Compost is like a multivitamin for your soil. It not only improves soil structure and drainage, but also helps buffer pH fluctuations. Adding compost regularly can help raise the pH of acidic soil over time while providing a wealth of nutrients for your plants. Now, what if your soil is too alkaline? Well, we have solutions for that too. Elemental sulfur is incredibly effective at lowering soil pH. When sulfur is added to the soil, microorganisms break it down, producing sulfuric acid, which gradually lowers the pH. However, it's important to note that sulfur takes time to work its magic, so it's best to add it several months before planting. Peat moss is another excellent amendment for lowering soil pH. It's naturally acidic and also improves soil drainage and aeration. Peat moss is particularly beneficial for acid-loving plants like blueberries, rhododendrons, and azaleas. And let's not forget about the power of organic mulches. Pine needles, shredded bark, and wood chips are fantastic organic mulches that can help lower soil pH over time. As they decompose, they release organic acids that contribute to soil acidity. Plus, they offer the added benefits of suppressing weeds, retaining moisture, and regulating soil temperature. Now, when it comes to choosing between organic and synthetic soil amendments, it's a bit like choosing between a leisurely stroll in the countryside and a quick trip on the motorway. Both will get you to your destination, but the journey is quite different. Organic amendments, such as compost manure and cover crops, are derived from natural sources and release nutrients slowly as they decompose. They improve soil structure, enhance microbial activity, and promote long-term soil health. It's a more holistic approach, like nurturing a thriving ecosystem in your garden. On the other hand, synthetic amendments such as granular fertilizers are manufactured and provide a quick and concentrated dose of nutrients. They're like a shot of espresso for your plants. While synthetic amendments can be effective in addressing immediate nutrient deficiencies, they don't offer the same long-term benefits for soil health as organic amendments. Now, knowing which amendments to use is one thing, but applying them correctly is crucial for their effectiveness. First and foremost, always read and follow the instructions on the amendment packaging. Different amendments have different application rates and methods. For dry amendments like lime or sulfur, it's best to apply them evenly over the soil surface and then incorporate them thoroughly using a garden fork or tiller. This ensures that the amendment is well distributed throughout the root zone. When using organic amendments like compost or manure, spread them evenly over the soil surface like you're tucking your garden in for a good night's sleep. Then, gently work them into the top few inches of soil. Remember, over-tilling can disrupt soil structure, so a light touch is best. For liquid amendments, dilute them according to the instructions and apply them evenly to the soil around your plants using a watering can or hose end sprayer. Now, even with the best intentions, it's easy to make mistakes when adjusting soil pH. One common error is adding too much amendment at once. Remember, it's always better to err on the side of caution. Adding amendments gradually over time allows the soil to adjust slowly and prevents drastic pH fluctuations. Another mistake is neglecting to retest the soil pH after making amendments. Soil pH can change over time due to various factors, including rainfall, plant uptake, and microbial activity. Regular testing helps you monitor the pH level and make necessary adjustments. Not amending the entire planting area is another common oversight. If you're only amending the soil in the immediate vicinity of your plants, you're creating an artificial pH gradient that can hinder root growth. It's like creating a small oasis in the middle of a desert. And lastly, don't forget that different plants have different pH preferences. Some plants, like blueberries and rhododendrons, thrive in acidic soil, while others, like lavender and clematis, prefer alkaline conditions. Make sure to choose amendments that are appropriate for the specific plants you're growing. Now, achieving and maintaining optimal soil pH is an ongoing process, much like tending to a well-loved garden. One of the best ways to manage soil pH over the long term is by incorporating plenty of organic matter. Compost, aged manure, leaf mold, and cover crops all work wonders in improving soil structure, buffering pH fluctuations, and providing a slow release of nutrients. It's like creating a savings account for your soil's fertility. Another essential aspect of long-term pH management is practicing crop rotation. Different plants have different nutrient requirements and can affect soil pH in varying ways. By rotating crops, you can prevent nutrient depletion and maintain a more balanced soil pH over time. And of course, regular soil testing is key. Just as we visit the doctor for regular checkups, our gardens benefit from periodic soil tests. Testing every couple of years provides valuable insights into your soil's health and helps you make informed decisions about amendments and other gardening practices. There you have it, an essential guide to mastering your soil's pH with the right amendments. The health of your garden starts from the ground up, so don't overlook this vital aspect. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing, leave a comment with your soil struggles, and share this with a fellow gardener. See you in the next one.